Ugh, my whole body hurts from going through all that in the morning. I'm glad I'm early. I just want to rest. I sat on my desk and looked around. The room was a mess from hurrying out in the morning. All the drawers I opened to find my socks were still open. My clothes were scattered all around the place. Yona offered to help me clean up, but I refused. Although we live in one house, I never want them to see this mess. Let's finish cleaning up on the weekend and just take care of the big things for now. I organized whatever came into my hands and cleaned the room. Oh, what do I do with all of these? I look at the pile of shopping bags beside my bed. I can't return them now, but I can't really wear them. I picked up one of the shopping bags. In it was a blouse Yuri said was pretty. But Yuri said it looked good on me, but this doesn't suit someone plain like me. It would look good on someone like Soy or Shinbi. I didn't want to belittle myself, but it was true. Thinking about it will only make me gloomy. I've been becoming conscious of my looks a lot these days. I shook my head and tried to get rid of those thoughts. Let's just finish cleaning up. So I went back to cleaning my room. I hear something tapping the window. I opened the curtains and looked outside. Wow, it's dark. The sky was completely covered with rain clouds. And surprisingly at that moment it started to rain. If the sky is filled with rain clouds, why would it be surprising that it starts to rain? What's with the rain all of a sudden? It's raining hard. And seeing the clouds, it looks like it'll rain for a while. Oh, do they have umbrellas? I felt worried and texted everyone. Does everyone have an umbrella? ? And send button. Alright. Tay replied first. Alright. Yana can share Tay's umbrella then. Yana's text followed. He's asking me to come to Banjul? You want me to go outside in the rain just so we can later go back home through the rain? I can never go. It's only been a couple days since people stopped calling me the maid. I don't want people to misunderstand again. Nobody is going to think that you're Yano's maid if you approach him and several people at the cafe and just join in for a tea or something. It's not like you're suddenly going to start cleaning up the table or polish everyone's shoes. Are you? Red's reply came soon. I smiled at Red's emoticon. Come to think of it, Red was completely focused on preparing for the festival with the drama club. I think he said it was an action hero story. Anyway, I'm glad Red borrowed an umbrella too. Now Tay, Yano, and Red are fine. How are Lance and Yuri? While I was thinking, Lance texted me back. Well, aren't you a little smartass? It was so Lance. It was just a text, but I felt like I could see his face. I can just imagine him looking annoyed. Since I talked with Lance, Yuri's the only one left. I'll wait a bit more, and if I still don't get a text, I'll call him. I sat on my bed for a while and looked at the shopping bags. The window shook at the heavy raindrops. I think there's wind now, too. The window reflected my worried face. Alright. I called Yuri. It dialed, but he didn't pick up. And the day was getting darker. We are going to be a very good maid and go outside just to make sure that our master is okay. I might be worrying too much, but it's better than staying anxiously at home. I grabbed the extra umbrella at the front door and left the house. Of course, there'll be a lot of girls willing to lend him an umbrella, but yes, just in case. I stepped down into the windy rain. I ran to the bus station, fighting through the heavy rainpour. It was still raining cats and dogs, and I could barely see because of it. I barely got on the bus, but the road was slippery, so it arrived at the academy later than usual. My clothes got wet despite the umbrella, but I didn't mind at all. I was too worried about Yuri. Because, just as I said in Lance's route, being caught in the rain is like streaking naked through the cities and getting arrested. I only hear silence at the academy. You must have some good ears then that you can hear the entire academy and not hear anything. There was no one in the playground. I guess everyone's at home now. I went through the silent playground and entered the building. Yuri would probably be in the music room, right? The door's open. The hallway was very dark because of the clouded sky, so the fluorescent lights peeping through the window of the music room seemed much brighter than usual. Thank God, Yuri must be in the music room. I'm glad we didn't miss each other. Yuri? I abruptly stopped while calling his name. Oh. Yuri was wearing his glasses and playing the piano while staring at the sheets. Liar! He's not wearing any glasses at all! I'm just gonna let some of the music play here for a bit. The beautiful melody rang through the music room. It's so beautiful. Rain was pouring outside, but this felt like a completely different world. I felt like I just moved through dimensions like Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Yuri kept stopping mid-play to jot down something on the sheets. I've never seen him so focused on something. In my mind, Yuri was always the one to play mean jokes, and he always laughed at my responses. So the Yuri I'm seeing right now felt so strange. And my heart's beating fast for some reason. Seeing him like this, I thought he really is a mature man. I remember the day I purchased Yuri. They said he's the adult doll that would become the perfect man for every woman. While you are referring to multiple women at this point, the correct usage is the singular woman. The perfect man for all women, would be the right time to use plural. Just a little pro tip. They were correct. Yuri checked his notes and suddenly raised his head. Oh.
어? 허니, 너 언제부터 거기 서 있었던 거야?
The melody stopped. Yuri took his hands off the keys and looked at me surprised. But the sound was so pretty. I felt bad to see him stop playing, and I approached Yuri. I worried because you didn't take my call.
전화? 미안. 피아노를 치느라 몰랐나 봐.
Yuri took out his phone from his jacket. See, this is why you also turn on the vibration function. Even if you can't hear it because it's loud or something, you can still feel it vibrating and know, oh, there's something going on there.
메시지가 와 있네. 부재중 통화도 있군.
You're the one who gave me the phone so we can contact each other easily. Now you're the one that's hard to reach. Actually, if you will remember, he gave you the phone because he couldn't stand you seeing you still using a fold-up phone. It had nothing to do with contact. You were the one who insisted on the contact thing.
미안. 그런데 무슨 일일까? 갑자기 내가 보고 싶어진 거야?
What are you still doing here?
곧 있으면 시험이잖아. 시험 준비를 하고 있었지. 맞다, 달링. 우리 둘이 이렇게 단둘이 있으면 안 돼. 어쨌든 우린 선생과 제자니까.
Yuri backed away and said that. But he still didn't forget to give me a wink.
시험을 앞두고 제자와 단둘이 만나면 사람들이 오해할 수 있어. 마이 허니와 다른 의미로 오해를 사는 건 대환영이지만 문제 유출로 오해를 사는 건 곤란해.
Well, at least they have some form of standard. Okay. So is that why you're barely a step away from me and giving me a wink? Anyway, I realized Yuri wasn't being serious and gave him a disapproving look. Why are you playing the piano if you're preparing the exam? You want to quiz us on composing?
이거? 시험 준비하다가 지겨워져서 잠깐 기분 전환 삼아 친 거야. 피아노의 아름다운 선율은 내 정신을 풍요롭게 하거든.
You know how to play the piano?
물론이지. 잊었어? 난 음악의 신에게 선택된 몸이잖아.
I felt like there were many things I still don't know about Yuri. I looked around the dark music room. But do you know it's pouring outside? Did you bring an umbrella?
비가 오고 있다는 건 알고 있었지. 이렇게 어두워졌는데.
Of course it's dark because it's raining. It's not like, day turning into night is a thing. Yuri grinned, completely ignorant about how much I worried.
설마 내가 비를 맞을 게 걱정돼서 한 걸음에 달려온 거야?
Yuri approached me with his usual smile. He looked happy for some reason, and I lost words at his attitude. What are you talking about? I was just passing by.
그냥 지나가다? 이 시간에? 정말로?
That's,
그럼 그건 그렇다 치고 그 손에 들고 있는 그건 우산인가?
Oh. I looked at my hands and saw each of them clutching onto a small umbrella. One of the two was the one I used on my way here, so it was dripping wet. And the other was the one I brought for Yuri. I was startled and stuttered at being caught red-handed. So, actually, I use two umbrellas, always, yes. I use one for my head and one to hold in front of me so that my shoes don't get wet. That's totally why I'm using 2 umbrellas.
솔직하지 못한 허니도 참 귀엽다니까. 내가 달링을 걱정시켰나 보군. 앞으로는 전화가 오면 바로 받도록 하지.
He pretended to take the umbrella but took my hands. Let me go! I ended up shouting to hide my embarrassment. So embarrassing. The place Yuri touched feels hot for some reason.
얼굴이 빨갛군. 귀엽기는. 자, 놀리는 건 그만할 테니까 여기 앉아. 오는데 힘들었지?
Not really. It's not like I had to wade through a flood or anything. Yuri led me to the piano chair, and he took out a couple glasses from the equipment cabinet near the door. Why would a music room have glasses? Unless they are used for making music with them when they're filled with water. Yuri skillfully opened a small thermal bottle in the piano. The cup was steaming. Oh, that's... The steam warmed my body, and at the same time I smelled a familiar scent. The scent was familiar. This is...
알겠어? 그래, 맞아. 시크릿 가든이야.
Yuri handed me a glass.
자, 뜨거울 때 마셔. 비에 젖은 몸을 녹여줄 거야.
Yuri sat beside me on the piano chair. My cold body slowly warmed up. Is it because of the hot tea? Or is it because of Yuri sitting beside me? I sipped the tea and glimpsed at Yuri. Were you drinking this the whole time? Carrying it in a thermal bottle? Since when?
달링, 한 번에 하나씩만 질문을 해야 대답할 수 있지 않겠어? 그보다 지금은 차부터 마셔, 식기 전에.
I didn't get any answers and just sipped my tea. The warm drink flowed down my throat and spread warmth throughout my body. And I did feel a bit embarrassed about asking so many questions all at once.
귀여운 표정을 하는군.
Please don't ever call me cute again. I don't deal very well with that. And stop looking at me like that. What? When I was about to raise my head at his voice, something wet touched my cheeks. I quickly backed away from Yuri. I felt like my face was on fire. I was startled and a cup in my hand shook.
아이쿠, 조심하세요, 아가씨.
Thankfully, Yuri held me and stopped the hot tea from spilling. As I stammered with my face all red, Yuri started laughing.
미안해. 갑자기 귀여운 표정을 짓는데 참을 수가 있어야지.
Oh, who cares if a different teacher now comes in and thinks that something's going on between us? It's not like I was worried about you being the thought of seducing me for exam questions earlier. You scared me. Don't joke around. I almost spilled the tea. I used the tea as an excuse. I kept thinking about how Yuri kissed my cheek.
미안해. 그렇게 놀랐어?
I strangely calmed down after seeing Yuri laugh it off. I quickly changed the subject. But more than that, I didn't know you liked Secret Garden this much. You must really like the scent. Yuri made a strange face at what I said.
달링, 오해하면 곤란해.
What?
물론 난 이 차가 무척이나 마음에 들지만 단순히 그런 이유로 즐겨 마시는 건 아니야.
Then why?
이건 달링이 나에게 준 거니까. 그래서 더 마음에 들어. 물론 잔소리쟁이 태희 엄마가 일하는 카페의 찻잎이라 조금 마음에 걸리긴 하지만 이건 달링이 나에게 처음으로 준 선물이잖아. 나에겐 아주 특별해.
Really? He must get gifts from his colleagues and students all the time. Does he mean what he just said? And he's saying tea leaves are special when he rides an incredibly expensive limousine. I'm not the only one who gives you gifts. You must get much better gifts from other people.
그렇긴 하지만 마이 허니가 준 건 특별하지.
I want to ask why it's special. I want to know why he says only the gifts I give are special. But his face was right in front of mine, I just felt too embarrassed to ask. I decided to leave before I start feeling more weird. Then I'll get going. I'll leave the umbrella here, so use it when you come back. I put the cup on the piano and tried to hurry and leave. But Yuri grabbed my arm.
아, 잠깐 기다려. 마침 잘 됐다. 줄 게 있었는데.
Exam questions? Something for me? Yuri took out a piece of paper from his jacket. What is this?
보면 알잖아. 하우스 공연 티켓이야.
Ticket? Why are you... The concert is this weekend. Yuri's name was clearly printed on the ticket. And what's more, he was listed as the band's drummer. Are you performing?
그렇게 됐지. 지난번에 내가 수업 시간에 말했던 거 기억나지? 음악 공연을 보고 오면 가산점을 주겠다고 한 거. 이 티켓 줄 테니까 주말에 다른 약속이 없다면 공연 보러 와.
I didn't have anything else, but I was flustered at the sudden suggestion. A concert and you playing the drums?
고작 이름 하나 써진 종이 가지고 그렇게 놀라면 곤란한데? 공연 당일날 내 모습을 보면 쓰러지겠는걸?
As Yuri stood up, I had to raise my head to look at him. Yuri instead looked down to stare at me. And he gave me his usual smile.
지난번에 산 옷 있지? 그거 입고 와. 기대하고 있을게. 그날은 공주님을 위한 공연을 할게. 예쁘게 하고 와.
He ended up avoiding his gaze, feeling embarrassed. I don't know. I might make it and I might not.
부끄러움이 많은 아가씨군. 이런. 시간이 이렇게 됐네. 난 아직 일이 남아있으니 너 먼저 돌아가.
Yuri looked outside the window. The cloudy sky was darker now.
벌써 어두워졌네. 혼자 가면 위험할 텐데. 아니면 기다렸다가 나랑 같이 갈래?
I have to ask, is Korea potentially dangerous when it gets into evening? I'm just asking because it seems a bit overprotective. It wasn't a big deal, but I felt like I was being seduced. Oh, what's happening to me? I'll really get weird if I stay with him any longer. I refused adamantly on purpose. No, it's not completely dark anyway. I'll head back. Good luck with finishing and don't be too late. I put the ticket in my pocket and picked up my umbrella. Well, I'll go.
그래, 조심해서 가. 공주님, 그럼 주말에 다시 뵙죠.
I closed the door without looking back. If I had looked back, he'd have seen my red face. I closed the door and checked the ticket in my pocket again. A band concert. When did he practice? Maybe... I remembered he went out often these days. Then every time was he... I don't know. I tried to calm myself down as I went back home. It was late, so all the boys were already back. I came back to my room, sat at my desk. Let's see what happened today. I wrote in my diary as always. First, I wrote about that weird lunch I spent with Beatrice. And I wanted to write about Yuri and the secret garden, but for some reason I couldn't move my pencil. Before I knew it, my face got red. I feel too embarrassed to even write it down. In the end, I closed my diary and took out the ticket I put in the desk drawer. I checked multiple times already, but the drummer's name is Yuri. Is Yuri really playing that day?
그날은 공주님을 위한 공연을 할게. 예쁘게 하고 와.
It's not because Yuri's playing that I want to go. I've never seen a club show before, and it is a free ticket, so... I feel like I'm listing excuses. But be pretty? How do you be pretty? I look at myself in the mirror. Unfortunately, my face looks the same. It's so plain. My eyes naturally went towards the clothes and shoes Yuri bought. Should I wear those? There's no one to answer my question. In anime shows, the girl in this situation usually shouts "Makeup!" and magically transforms into a beauty. Wait, makeup? Come to think of it, Yuri bought me makeup at the department store. But he said that he didn't want to do that because he knew that it would ruin your milky skin complexion. That is contrary. That doesn't compute. He said I didn't need it, saying my skin was like milk or something, but he bought some for me anyway. I rummaged through the shopping bags and found the makeup. How do you use this? Okay, Yuri. Yes, I did a year-long training of becoming a cosmetician in school. There are certain tricks and tips on how to do specific kinds of makeup, yes. But it's not freaking rocket surgery how to use makeup. I mean, unless you're insane and use a lipstick on your eyes and use eyeshadow to, color your lips. It's not that difficult to figure out how to use it. You might be a little crooked at first. I mean, I'm still crooked. When doing eyeliner or stuff like that. But it's really not so difficult that you have to ask, how do I use this? I mean, it's not a scalpel. Though a scalpel isn't all that difficult to use either. Which I do use for pedicures, when necessary. I have to know what it is first. What the hell are you? That was adorable, I guess? Also a bit short. I thought this would also include the concert itself, but that's going to be next time, so I'll see you then.